Hi everyone. For your last week of homework, you're going to be finalizing and turning in Project 3. I've linked the assignment sheet here which goes over everything you need to turn in, but I also reiterate it here and I'll go through all of this with you. So the first thing you need to make sure you have is your final original After Effects project file. That's the .aep file. And that's going to be within your assets folder and named accordingly. So just replace your name with your first and last name. And then you'll be zipping that assets folder with all of your assets organized into the correct folders along with the After Effects file. So I'm just going to show you again how to do that. On my desktop here I have a previous version of one of my zipped folders. You want to make sure you delete any old ones you have just so you don't accidentally send the wrong one. So I'm just going to drag and drop that in my recycling bin. Okay, so here's my assets folder. I have my audio that I'm using. All my graphics are in there. All the images that I'm using, and all the video that I'm using. So make sure everything you're using is in the correct folders or I'm not going to be able to view it when I open your project. And then I also have my final After Effects file in here as well. So you should have all of your folders and this file. Once you have everything in here, you're going to zip it. So I'm just going to right click on it, add to archive, and then I'm going to make sure I have zip selected and hit OK. Once it zips, I have my zipped folder right here, and this is what I'll be uploading. Zipping will be a little different if you're on a Mac, so I also have a PDF here that has some zipping instructions. Once you have your folder zipped, you're going to submit it through the UH file drop, and I have the link for that right here. So the sender email will be your email here, and then under recipient is where you put my name. You don't have to put @hawaii.edu, just the username is fine. If you want, you can write an optional message, and then when you're ready, just hit proceed. And then this is where you choose the file to submit. You can either click on choose file and find it that way, or you can just drag and drop it right in here. Once you select the right file, just hit start upload. If your zipped folder is larger than 1 GB, it's not going to upload, so you might have to take some of your larger videos and put those into a separate folder, and then submit those as a separate file, and then I could relink those on my end. Okay, once it uploads, you're going to get a link to download the file, and you want to copy that. So I'm just going to highlight it, and do Control-C or Command-C to copy it. I'm going to go back to Laulima, and then you're going to take that URL and paste it into the text box in the assignment section. What you're going to want to do next is render your movie from After Effects and then post your rendered video to Vimeo. If you didn't take part in last week's class critique, go back and take a look at week 15's rendering tutorial. I'll also include that tutorial again in this week's lesson. Also go back and look at the homework instructions video for week 15 because I show how to start a new Vimeo account if you don't know how to do that, and also upload your video to Vimeo. Okay, so once your video's up on Vimeo, what you want to do is take the URL right here at the top, and I'm just going to do Control-C or Command-C on a Mac to copy that. I'll minimize this. And then you want to paste that URL along with your UH Dropbox link in the assignment section. And I'll just hit Control-V to paste it. Alright, and finally, once you've done both of those things, you're going to have to submit the completed design brief and self-evaluation, just like with the other two projects. So this looks really similar to the last two design briefs you did. You'll just fill out your name and the project number and title, so Project 3 title sequence you can put in here. So you're going to briefly summarize what the assignment was based on your interpretation of the assignment sheet. Here you'll write your summary of process, so briefly describe the processes you went through when completing the assignment. Here's where you'll put the URLs for any copyright cleared images, videos, and sounds you're using. This is where you're going to describe the conceptual meaning behind your composition and content, so briefly summarize what your piece of work is trying to express. What is the basic storyline? You can copy and paste your synopsis from your first write-up on the first week of this project here if you want. And then lastly here, you'll write down what you think you did well and what you think you could have done differently. So briefly discuss accomplishments as well as struggles and frustrations with the assignment. What did you like or dislike about this assignment? What things would you change about the project if you had more time and/or the skills to do so? After you fill out all of this, then you're going to go down here and give your self-evaluation. So just put in a letter grade for each of these, what you think you deserve. Once you're done with that, you'll save it out, Make sure you save it as either a Word document or a PDF. I'm not able to open Pages files on my computer. Okay, once you have your final design brief and self-evaluation, you're going to attach that here in the assignment section as well. So before you submit your final assignment, make sure that you have your UH Dropbox link, your Vimeo link here, and your design brief and self-evaluation needs to be attached in here as well. Once all those are done, then hit submit. I've attached the grade sheet here, which I'll be using to evaluate your project, so you can look through it and see exactly what I'll be marking on. Keep in mind that since this is the last project, I have to have it graded by a certain time. So if you think you're going to be late with it, contact me as soon as you can, because final grades are going to be due right away after the submission, and I need enough time to grade it. Alright, and that's it for your last homework video. Please let me know if you have any questions at all.